Okay, be honest for a second. Do you ever wake up feeling like you're just surviving the day? Like you're constantly playing catch up, and no matter how hard you grind, you're stuck on a treadmill going absolutely nowhere? Well, welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a really fascinating set of stories and strategies from our source material about the true power of waking up early. And look, this isn't just about setting an alarm, or let's be real, aggressively hitting snooze 5 times. It's about fundamentally changing the trajectory of your life by capturing the absolute magic of the morning hours.
So let's dive right into a real-world example from our sources. Meet Thomas. Thomas was a 32-year-old night security guard at this massive warehouse. Every single night at 8 p.m., he clocked in, and at 6 a.m., totally exhausted and depleted, he clocked out. He lived in this tiny, rundown, one-room apartment with a broken fan and a flickering light bulb. He was working incredibly hard, literally walking 4 miles a night on patrol, but he felt completely trapped. As he put it, he felt like he was living backwards.
And honestly, his commute home really paints a picture of the trap he was in. Picture this. Thomas is walking home in the dark early dawn, looking through the windows of the houses he passes. What does he see? Families eating breakfast, people putting on clean shirts for their office jobs, kids getting ready for school. Their lives were bright, moving forward into a brand new day. Meanwhile, Thomas, he's falling into bed at 7 a.m., sleeping straight through the daylight and waking up at 4 p.m. just to do the whole shebang all over again. The rest of the world was out there building their dreams, and he was literally sleeping through it. Now, Thomas knew he wasn't lazy, but all that hard work just wasn't changing his reality. The turning point, it came on a cold Tuesday morning with a terrifying phone call. His mother had actually collapsed from exhaustion and stress in her rural village. He rushed to her bedside, sitting with her in this small clinic, and she held his hand and whispered these just heartbreaking words. She said, "Please, my son, do not waste your life like I wasted mine. Find a way." Stepping out of that clinic at exactly 5 a.m., looking at the quiet, sleeping town, Thomas made a desperate resolution. He was going to find a way.
Which brings us to Section 1, the magic of 5 a.m. Let's look at how to actually unlock your morning power. To find his way out, Thomas actually asked a successful local businessman, Mr. Chun, for advice after bumping into him on an early morning bus commute. And Mr. Chun laid out the sheer math behind the 5 a.m. advantage, and it's kind of mind-blowing. He explained that the hours between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. are essentially magic hours. By taking just 2 hours every morning to build your foundation, you accumulate 14 hours a week, 60 hours a month, and a staggering 730 hours a year. To put that into perspective, that is 91 full workdays. By simply commanding those morning hours, you're giving yourself 3 extra months a year that the rest of the world is just completely wasting in bed.
Thomas was completely sold. But let's ask the question that I know you're all thinking right now. You know the why. You see the math, but how do you actually get out of bed at 5 a.m. without feeling like an absolute zombie, right? Like, how do you make that a reality when your bed is so incredibly warm and comfortable? Well, our sources break down the exact science and the practical tricks to make this happen.
So the absolute foundation of waking up early actually starts the night before. You cannot wake up at 5 a.m. if you go to sleep at 2 a.m. It's just biologically impossible to sustain. You absolutely have to lock in a strict 9 p.m. bedtime. But the real pro trick here? That's the 90-minute rule. Human sleep happens in 90-minute cycles. If your alarm goes off smack in the middle of a deep sleep cycle, you're going to feel completely groggy and miserable. So you want to structure your sleep so you wake up right at the tail end of a 90-minute cycle, which ensures you wake up feeling completely refreshed.
Okay, so you've got the sleep cycles down. What happens the exact moment the alarm rings? First, put your alarm across the room, so you physically have to walk to turn it off. Snooze is your enemy here. Second, use the 5-second rule. The absolute second you hear the noise, count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stand up. You are literally removing your brain's ability to negotiate with you. And third, get an instant energy boost. You know, your body is severely dehydrated after a night of sleep, so drink a big glass of water immediately. And if you can, expose yourself to natural light right away. It sends a hardwired signal to your brain that it is time to go.
This brings us to Section 2, building your morning routine and establishing your foundation. So Thomas meets with Mr. Chun at a cafe, where he lays out this non-negotiable 2-hour foundation system. It goes like this. Hour 1, from 5 to 6 a.m., is strictly to build skills. You spend this hour learning something that will directly change your financial situation, like a trade, a language, or in Thomas's case, free online Excel courses. Hour 2, from 6 to 7 a.m., is to build body and mind. You exercise for 30 minutes to wake up your muscles, and then you use the remaining time to read, meditate, or write down your absolute top 3 priorities for the day.
Mr. Chun challenged Thomas to commit to this exact routine for 90 days. And look, day 1, it was pure hell. Thomas's body ached, his eyes burned watching Excel tutorials in the dark, and his mind was just begging him to stop. But he kept going. By day 20, this miraculous adaptation happened. He actually woke up at 4:58 a.m., 2 minutes before his alarm even went off. The tutorials started clicking, and by day 87, after creating this automated inventory spreadsheet for his warehouse, Thomas was offered a massive promotion to day shift lead accountant.
The absolutely crucial takeaway here is this ultimate contrast. The Thomas from before was a hopeless, broke, perpetually tired night guard who felt the world was just passing him by. The Thomas after is a lead accountant on the day shift, making double his previous salary, physically healthy from his morning walks, and mentally sharp. And this transformation didn't require a winning lottery ticket or some expensive college degree. It required discipline, free YouTube tutorials, and the quiet, distraction-free hours of the early morning.
Which brings us to our third section, maintaining your daily momentum and how to protect your morning.
You see, your brain is in its absolute peak problem-solving mode in the morning, so you have to protect that time. If you waste that cognitive energy, you've pretty much wasted the 5 a.m. advantage. So first and foremost, avoid your phone for the first 30 minutes. Social media and emails instantly kill morning productivity by throwing you into a reactive state. Second, enforce the no 0 days rule. Even if you're sick or totally exhausted, do one tiny productive thing. Read 1 page, stretch for 1 minute just to keep the momentum alive. Also schedule your deepest, most challenging work for the morning, use a focus playlist to stay in the zone, and above all else, give your morning a specific, targeted purpose before your feet even hit the floor.
When you finally sit down in that early morning silence, keep the 80-20 rule in mind. You must ruthlessly prioritize. 80% of your results come from just 20% of your tasks. So, when you wake up at 5 a.m., you do not spend that golden hour answering trivial emails or doing busy work. You focus entirely on the 20% high-impact tasks, the skills, the deep work, the planning that actually move the needle forward in your life. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and neither did Mr. Chun. As he told Thomas, success goes to people who show up when it is hard. The sources are very clear on this. If you try this, the first 3 to 7 days will be incredibly difficult. Your body will hate you. Your mind will invent 1,000 completely rational excuses to hit snooze. You cannot expect this to be easy right out of the gate. But if you push through that initial friction, your body adapts, and what was once super painful just becomes your new normal.
That brings us to section 4, the 7-day challenge. It's time to actually flip your routine.
We've seen what Thomas achieved in 90 days. But hey, you don't have to commit to 90 days right this second. Just try it for 7 days. Here is your exact action plan for tonight. Step 1, set your alarm for exactly 5 a.m., not 5:15, not 5:30, and put that device on the other side of the room. Step 2, choose one single skill you are going to build in hour 1 tomorrow. Decide right now. Is it coding? Is it a new language? Is it writing a business plan? And step 3, protect your 9 p.m. bedtime tonight. Turn off the streaming, stop the doom scrolling, and get some sleep.
Because at the end of the day, as Thomas brilliantly realized a year into his journey, success is not a destination. It is a daily practice. Waking up early isn't just some temporary life hack to snag a promotion. It's a fundamental shift in your identity. It's really about becoming a person who is disciplined, who prioritizes growth over comfort, and who commands their day instead of letting the day command them.
So, the crucial point here leaves us with one final question. The difference between where you are right now and where you want to be isn't just luck or talent. It's how you use the time when everyone else is fast asleep. Your future self is waiting on the other side of that alarm clock tomorrow morning. The entire world is quiet. The distractions are completely gone. So will you hit snooze and keep living the exact same day over and over? Or will you wake up and build? The choice is entirely yours.